Hello, my name is Sarah, and today I want to share something very personal, something that happened to my child at a therapy center. As a parent, we always trust therapists to help our children, to guide them patiently, and to nurture them. But sometimes that trust is broken. My child has autism, and therapy sessions are a part of our routine to help them grow, learn, and develop skills. But one day, something happened that shook me to the core. During a session, my child was misbehaved by the therapist. Yes, misbehaved by the therapist, not the other way around. It started with small signs. My child hesitated, seemed anxious, and resisted instructions. But the therapist's response was harsh. I noticed raised voices, impatient gestures, and scolding that seemed unnecessary. My child froze, began crying, and eventually withdrew completely. Seeing this made my heart ache. It felt like the very person entrusted with supporting my child had caused fear instead of comfort. When I brought my child home, I noticed sadness, hesitation, and a reluctance to talk about therapy. That was my first wake-up call. Behavior like this leaves emotional scars, and therapy cannot succeed without trust and emotional safety. I felt anger, confusion, and guilt. Was I overreacting? Did my child misbehave? But deep down, I knew this wasn't my child. It was the therapist's actions that caused this emotional distress. During that session, the therapist became visibly frustrated. Instructions were repeated sharply, and corrections were made with impatience. My child, who usually enjoys therapy, became silent at first, then anxious, and finally started crying. Every attempt my child made was met with scolding, which only worsened the situation. Watching this as a parent was heart-wrenching. I could see fear in my child's eyes, the confusion and distress. My child didn't understand why the person who was supposed to help them was being harsh. It was clear that what happened was not my child misbehaving, it was a response to stress, pressure, and mishandling. At home that evening, I noticed my child was unusually quiet, avoiding eye contact, and reluctant to speak about therapy. That silence spoke volumes. Therapy is meant to build confidence and skills, but after that day, my child associated it with fear. I also realized that misbehavior from a therapist, even unintentional, can deeply affect a child's self-esteem. Children with special needs often process interactions differently. What seems small to us can feel huge to them. It was a stark reminder that emotional safety is as important as teaching skills. I felt anger at the situation, but also a responsibility to protect my child. I couldn't ignore what had happened, and I knew I needed to act not out of revenge, but out of love and advocacy. I realized that remaining silent was not an option. I contacted the therapy center immediately and requested a meeting to discuss what happened. I calmly explained the situation, the raised voice, the impatience, and the emotional impact on my child. I also emphasized that therapy must be a safe space, not one that creates anxiety or fear. I documented the incident carefully, what happened, my child's reactions, and my observations. This helped me present a clear, objective account rather than an emotional outburst. During the meeting, I requested that either the therapist receive guidance on handling sensitive children, or that my child be assigned a new therapist trained in patience and empathy. I also asked the center to ensure future sessions prioritized emotional safety and positive reinforcement. It wasn't easy to speak up. Many parents fear conflict or being judged. But advocacy is essential. If we as parents don't protect our children, who will? Speaking up doesn't make us difficult. It makes us responsible and loving. From this experience, I learned that parents must trust their instincts. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Acting promptly, documenting incidents, and requesting corrective measures are vital steps in protecting our child's well-being. After the incident, emotional recovery became my top priority. My child needed reassurance, patience, and the understanding that it's okay to feel upset. I spent extra time at home, validating feelings, It's okay to be scared. You are safe with me. We also prepared for future therapy sessions gradually. I explained what to expect, introduced the new therapist, and practiced coping skills like deep breathing and asking for help. Every small victory, smiling during a session, completing a task was celebrated. Recovery takes patience. Children may take days or weeks to regain trust, especially when emotional safety has been compromised. But with empathy, consistency, and love, trust can be rebuilt, and therapy can once again become a space for growth and learning. And I also communicated with the new therapist to ensure they understood my child's sensitivities. Open communication between parent and therapist is key. It prevents mishandling and creates a safe environment for children to thrive. This experience taught me several important lessons. First, emotional safety is just as important as skill development. Children with special needs deserve patience, empathy, and understanding. Second, parents must trust their instincts and advocate for their children. Speak up. If something doesn't feel right, it's not confrontation, it's protection. To society, please understand that children with special needs are sensitive and unique. Harsh words, impatience, or scolding can have lasting effects. Every child deserves respect, care, and encouragement. To parents of special needs children, you are your child's strongest advocates. Observe, listen, and act when necessary. Celebrate small victories, support emotional well-being, and always reinforce trust and safety. Therapy is most effective when children feel secure, understood, and respected. Let's work together, parents, therapists, and society, to create environments where special needs children can learn, grow, and thrive without fear.